All changes in this empty world seem real because of ignorance. In this couplet, Sangsong speaks of the deceptive nature of appearances in the world. At first it may appear that Sangsong means to establish with this couplet the idea of an underlying essence of things, the philosophical doctrine that change constitutes an illusion and that the really real does not change. However, such an interpretation would clash with other subsequent couplets, for example where Sangsong says, "From one mind comes duality, but cling not even to this one," and "When rest and no rest both vanish, then even oneness disappears," and "If you would walk the highest way, do not reject the sense domain." The sense domain, of course, manifests as a world of change. I think that the key to understanding this couplet lies in the previous couplet. Sangsong seems to have written on trusting the heart in an almost Renga-like fashion, which speaks of transcending both emptiness and form. To transcend both emptiness and form, one must move to the place where they both emerge from, where the duality no longer manifests as a contradiction. What can embrace both emptiness and form? Change itself. In the spaciousness of change, both emptiness and form move freely. Then why does Sangsong say that changes in the empty world only seem real? Emptiness as a process dissolves things. Our tendency lies in perceiving things which we then think of as subject to change. Therefore, emptiness appears as some sort of negation of thingness. If we observe more carefully, however, we perceive not things which change, but rather change which things, meaning that change constitutes the truly real, or the reality which transcends all appearances. Our ignorance of the root, of the primal source, blinds us to the true nature of appearance and keeps us in ignorance. Again, not that things change, but that change things. This desk upon which I write may appear as a thing, one among many things in this room, but in reality it constitutes a process, a fluid flowing stream. My inability to perceive that at any particular moment constitutes my ignorance. When I fall into the tendency of thinking of the desk as an object which then changes, I then make the assumption of an underlying essence, or essence or substance to the desk, instead of releasing essence and abandoning being, so that I can directly perceive the true nature of this empty rivering world. Two couplets before, Sangsong warns that pursuing appearances results in overlooking the primal source. Pursuing appearances means the pursuit of things. When we understand the world as primal process and not as a collection of isolated things, the pursuit of appearances naturally falls away. Finally, note Sangsong's fluid use of the word empty, which closely resembles the way the Heart Sutra uses the term. In the Heart Sutra, it says at one point, "Form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form." Later in the same sutra, it says, "In emptiness, no form." In the previous couplet, Sangsong says awakening means to go beyond both emptiness as well as form. In this couplet, Sangsong refers to this empty world as an ultimate designation. To understand this kind of dialectic, we need to become aware that emptiness does not represent a doctrine, a system of reasoning, such as a tenet system, or even a worldview. The changing nature of the term stands as a cipher, guide, example for us of the ultimacy which Sangsong wishes to point to, reveal, uncover. For the ultimacy of change, by its very nature as change, cannot result in a fixed doctrine or conceptual scheme. The term emptiness, by subtly shifting its meanings and changing its contours, reveals in that very process and unfolding the nature which both constitutes the actual world of things as process and our true nature as ourselves. Arriving at this awareness, ignorance vanishes, and we swim in the river of the awakened world.